Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be building our first game in Python. So this is going to be a guessing game where the user is required to guess a number between a certain minimum value and a maximum value. They have a certain number of tries to guess it, and the AI or computer will give them hints depending on whether their guess is just right, too big, or too small. So let's get started with this game. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to welcome our users to this game by printing welcome to Zach's guessing game. Great. So now that we have that welcome message, we're going to define some constants for our game. So we're going to define a minimum value and a maximum value, so the range of values that our number could fall within. And also the maximum number of tries that we're giving the user to guess that value. So we'll say max tries is 3. So the user has 3 tries. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to generate our number, and we're going to do this randomly. So we're going to use the random package from Python. So let's import that, import random. And then we're going to generate our number by saying number equals to random rand int, and we're going to give it a range between our minimum value and our maximum value. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's print I am thinking of a number between our minimum value. So we're going to use mini as a placeholder and maxi as a placeholder, and then new line, can you guess it? And then we're going to replace our placeholders with our minimum and maximum. So mini equals min value and maxi equals max value. Great. Okay, and then once we've done that, we can enter our game loop. So before I write this, let's walk through what we're going to try to do. So we want to give the user a certain number of tries, and during each try, we're going to ask the user to guess a number and then give appropriate feedback. Either you got it right, it's too big, your guess is too big, or your guess is too small. So we're going to implement a while loop. We're going to say, well, we're going to first define a variable called tries equals 0, and this tries variable will represent the number of guesses that the user has made. And so we'll say, well, tries is less than our maximum tries. Then we're going to allow the user to guess. So we're going to prompt the user for a guess by using the input function. So we're going to ask the user for an input, and we're going to wrap that in an integer to make sure that the guess is an integer rather than a string, and we're going to set that equal to the guess variable. So we say, I'm thinking of a number, can you guess it? And then we prompt the user for a guess with the input variable. So now since we've gotten the user's guess, we need to compare it to the actual number and give feedback accordingly. So if our guess is equal to the number, then we're going to print you guess my number, and you win, because obviously if you guess the number, you win. And then we're going to break from the loop because you don't need to keep guessing once you've gotten the number. So that's if the guess is equal to the number, if the user guesses the number. How about if the number is too large? So let's do an elif guess is greater than number, then we're going to print your guess is too large. And finally, if the guess is less than the number, then we'll print your guess is too small. And then finally we need to increment our tries. We need to increment the number of tries so that we don't exceed. We only can make a certain number of tries, and once we hit the maximum tries, we exit the for loop. So tries plus equals to 1. So yeah, that's our game loop. So now that we've implemented that game loop, we need to check for the case where the user has exceeded the maximum number of tries but has still not guessed the number. So in that case, we want to use an if statement to check for too many unsuccessful tries. And we're going to say if the number of tries is greater than or equal to the maximum tries. In other words, the user has exceeded the maximum number of tries, then we're going to print you have used all of your tries and you lose. So that's the final case that we need to check for. And yeah, everything should be here. So to summarize what we've done, we've welcomed the user to our game. We've defined our constants. We've generated the random number. And then we've entered into we've asked the user to guess the number. And then we enter into our while loop where we ask the user for a guess and then check whether it's equal to the number, and if not, give feedback based on whether it's too large or too small, and then increment our tries. And if the user fails to guess it after the maximum number of tries, then we print that you've lost all your tries. It shouldn't be tires, it should be tries, sorry about that, and you lose. So let's see if this code works. Okay, so we get a message, welcome to Zach's guessing game. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Can you guess it? Alright, let's enter 5. Your guess is too small. Okay, 8. Great, you guess my number and you win. That's awesome. Alright, now let's check. Let's make sure that if I guess 3 incorrect guesses that I lose, because I defined here my maximum number of tries to be 3. Alright, let's run this again and see. Alright, so I'm going to guess 1, and I'm just going to keep guessing 1 because I want after 3 tries for it to exit. Great, so after 3 tries we see that it exits the for loop and says you've used all your tries, you lose. So yeah, that's the basics of this guessing game. I'm really excited about this. I think it's a simple game, it works, and it's really powerful, and I encourage you to make modifications to this game so that you can, really experiment with Python yourself, because the best way to learn Python is to, tinker with code and build stuff yourself. So yeah, I hope this provided a good start for you guys, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions.